So babes, welcome back. I created this nice ash blonde and I just darkened the roots and pretty much just washed it with purple shampoo. So yes, hunty, welcome to Wig Class 122. This is Lachey Tree L, hunty. Yes, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. So babes, these are the products that I use. 30 Developer, I used light golden brown from Ion, and of course I use my Ion purple shampoo and conditioner. These are the only products that I used, and I am going to also be using this nice fine tooth comb, which is what I'll be using to put this brown onto the roots. So as you can see as well, I got a new nice background. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because I love it, honey. Yes, the unicorn print. So this is the light brown. This is by Ion. I am going to open this up. It always has the opener on the top of the top. So I'm going to push that in to open it up. I'm going to squeeze all of the contents into the bowl. And as you see, I already put the developer in there. I put 2 cups of developer, which was 2 ounces. 30 Developer by Ion. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this all together. Make sure it's nice and consistent. Here is my 613 frontal I will be coloring today. And this was a 12-inch. Nice, thick, and silky. And this hair is from my website, which I'll leave below. And these are the 3 matching bundles. These bundles were like so freaking thick that I had 3 of them, but I only needed 2. So yes, I let the color sit for about 2 minutes and let it start processing. And I'm going to mix it up some more, because it's when it's really light, you can't see if the color is completely all one consistent color. So I'm going to go ahead and, of course, pin my frontal down to my canvas head. And I'm just going to start lightly putting this through here. I'm putting it heavy on the roots, but I'm using a comb to ensure that I don't make a mess on the lace. I'm just going to comb that through, and I'm going to bring that down about 1/3 of the hair to make sure that the roots are really, really nice and visible. So I'm just taking this through really, really small sections. And with the small sections, I'm making sure that I'm combing it on both sides. So the top side and the bottom side as well. Because you want to make sure that it's evenly coated through there. Otherwise, if you're only putting it on one side, it won't come out as you want it to. But you want to make sure that it is enough to coat this. And although this is a light brown color, it's kind of going on there kind of blonde, like really, really light brown, which is why I kind of let the color change in the bowl a little bit. That way that I can track where the color is. Because like I said, I'm only putting this on the roots. I'm not coloring the entire frontal this color. I'm only putting this on the roots. And I am doing this in different variations. Like every other part, I'm going down about 1/3 of the hair. And then every other part, I'm going down, like every 2 parts, I'm going down about half of the hair. So to put it in different variations, so that it's different lengths and it's not just like one color block. You want to make it a lot more natural. And I'm sorry, as natural as possible. So yes, I am going through this. Let's finish this part, honey. Okay. So babes, once I got down to the end, as you can see, the other side of the frontal was already starting to show. So I'm just pretty much just checking through it and making sure that the color is on there nice and even as I would like it to be. And it is. So all I did after this part is I just washed it with purple shampoo and then I let it air dry. And here is my bundle. Now I only put this color on one bundle because I wanted some of that ash blonde to still come through. I wanted the color to be like a nice balayage. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of this color onto this bundle. Like I said, I only put it on one. So I'm putting it at the roots. I'm pulling it down. I'm pulling the color down about in between like 1/3. So I'm pretty much going like in a wavy motion. I'm going from like 1/3 to about half of the hair to about 50%. So anywhere between 35 to about 50% of the hair I'm trying to cover in different wavelengths. So I'll be able to show you guys that in a couple seconds once the hair starts actually turning. That way you can see what I'm talking about. See, now right here you can see exactly what I meant when I said a minute ago that I only wanted it a little bit brown. See, now here is the frontal after it's air dry. And that color came out really, really cute. Yes. And it still has this nice blonde highlights in it. Yes, hunty. See, now this is what I meant when I said that I was only going to put it on one color. So you can see how I did the color on here. And that other bundle I also washed in purple shampoo and I let that air dry as well. So I washed them both in purple shampoo. So you can see the different variations of the color. And I'm going to take, instead of me sewing one, me doubling one bundle at a time, I took both of these bundles and I'm going to double them together. Now, you guys always ask me what needles I use. I use universal needles, and I picked up these really, really nice chrome needles. They're really, really cute, and I just fell in love with them. They had some gold, but they didn't have them in the size that I need them. I usually use a 90-14. So all of these are a 90-14. So I grabbed those. Those were really, really nice. They were on sale for about $11 at Joann's. So if you can find those, I do recommend them. They're really, really nice. They're professional grade. And they don't break, hunty. They don't break. You know, as long as you're being careful, none of them will break. But those are really, really nice and durable. So after I double my track, I am going to be putting this wig on a 22 canvas head. And I did get the pleasure of finding these blonde mesh dome caps. I was so excited, honey. I grabbed like 10 of them. So that's how it looks once it comes out of the package. The elastic band is really, really nice and stretchable. And I'm going to go ahead and place it on the measurements that I needed for my client. Her head was it's sort of like it was this size, but it was a lot smaller. It was like kind of like an extra small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on the measurements that I needed them for her head. But I'm also going to like cinch this cap a little bit, and I'll show you how I did that. So I'm placing it on the coordinates that I needed it to be. Pinning the cap down so that it does not move when I start to cinch it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the middle of the cap and I'm going to fold it over about an inch. And I'm going to pin that. I'm going to make sure that the cap is nice and still flat enough for when I start completing my other task. So I took that and I folded it over an inch and I pinned it down. I wish I would have got a better view of it, but that's just all I did. So I'm going to go ahead and pin my frontal down, of course, because I always hand sew my frontals. For those of you that want to ask why I do that because for me, the frontal is the most important part of the wig. If that's on the cap correctly, the rest of your wig will come together 100% perfectly. So I am pinning that down first so that I can start sewing it. I want to make sure that this is completely flat to this canvas here and to this cap. So I didn't braid it because I didn't feel like it. So I just pinned the hair out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and hand sew this down. Hand sewing it down also make sure that when I sew it onto the sewing machine, that is the frontal is already in place. I don't have to worry about pinning it down or doing any of that. And it only takes me probably about 3 to 5 minutes to sew this down onto here. So that's not, I can waste 3 to 5 minutes. Because sewing it on the sewing machine only takes about another 2 minutes. So that's just what I like to do. So I did cut off the front of the cap, and my next task that I am doing now is I am sewing the double tracks onto the cap. And if you want to see how I do that in a very detailed manner, I have a video for my pin method for lace closures and frontals, and I'll put them at the top of this video on YouTube and also in the description. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can just look up wig class 115 and wig class 118, and those will be on there. You can also look that up on YouTube as well. So they're the exact same wig classes on both YouTube and Facebook. So what I am doing is I took my big barrel wand curler. This is my 2-inch wand curler, and she wanted nice big bold wand curls. So that's what I'm giving her. And I'm just taking it, wrapping it around. It is short hair, so it wraps around twice. Oh, I'm sorry. The only other task that I did not put on here is me cutting the ends. I cut the ends down to make them all even. So all of the ends, the wig end up. The other bundles that I had were a 14 and a 16. So I pretty much cut everything down to a shoulder length of about 14. So as you can see, when I put those tracks together, it also allowed the tracks to pretty much mimic highlights when I doubled them in the manner that I did. So she has highlights through the front and the back. Like I said, that was purposely done. So I'm going ahead and running this through my frontal. And now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and comb out these nice curls to make them all unison. I'm going to go ahead and style this a little bit for her. As you can see the highlights right there. And here's how the frontal looks. Yeah. I don't know why my camera was down so low at this point. Like, I wish it wasn't. Like, for those who don't know, I record all of these videos with my phone, so I can't see the other side of my phone unless I walk back there and see it. But when I'm working, like, I'm just working. I'm in the zone of working. So yeah, babe. So I was just going through, combing through the hair, planning the hair, trying to see how the hair wanted to be styled and everything. Trying to see the different styles that I can create with this. And yes, babes, here she is. And since I thought the highlights were really, really nice and cute throughout the hair, I also went through and I tapered the ends. and added a little bit of layers into the hair to make the highlights and the hair flow a lot more nice and naturally. And she came out very, very beautifully. I was in love. Yes. Thank you, hunties, for watching. I love you, babe, so much for coming back every week and watching and sticking around. Everything, it means so much to me. I just have to let you guys know that absolutely every single time. So make sure, if you haven't already, you like and subscribe to YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Facebook as well to keep up with everything. Thanks for watching, babes. Like I said, I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.